Siren Speak Show. You guys, okay, today we are going to be talking about how to raise a man to be a good man. I know K. Michelle say you can raise a man, but you can, okay? There are ways that you can raise him because, even as adults, our parents raise us to be children. Okay. So even as adult, we all have to be re-raised either by ourselves, by our surroundings or our experiences or our significant other. Okay. So you can re-raise him to be a good man, the type of man that you want, the type of man that you need. We're also going to be talking about older versus younger. Why and why not? Okay. And we are going to be talking about building your top 5. So many of you reach out to me and was like, Siren, girl, I don't know if I could get a top 5, honey. I could barely handle 1 or 2. Well, if you're smart, you will. Okay. So we want to talk about, first things first, building your top 5. Hold on, let me see. Building your top 5, okay? Why we want to build the top 5, how we're going to build that top 5, you guys. This is very critical to your dating life. Now, this is for my single ladies. This is not for the married women, honey. Do not have your husbands reaching out to me, talk about, Sarah, I know you ain't tell my... No, I did not, okay? This part of the conversation is for the single lady. So all my single ladies, put your hands up. Okay, that's who I'm talking to. All right. So you want to build your top 5 in a healthy way. What are your top 5? These are the top 5 contestants to who it is that can win the prize of being hopefully your fiance and perhaps one day your hubby. Okay. Now, married women, I want y'all to stay in this and just listen to what the single women got to hear. And because I need y'all to understand that, how to raise him to be a good man. Okay. I need y'all to understand that, and older versus younger. Okay. So how to build your top 5, you guys. First things first, you're going to have to network. Okay. It's almost like you're a company and you're looking for investors. All right. So you have to get out there and you have to let them know what it is that you have to offer. Who you are. What do you have? So you get out there and you network. Now listen, when you get out there and network to put your company out there, you don't want to go to places that are like, let's talk about some of the places you don't want to meet a guy. Okay. Hey, Shay. Hey, y'all. Hey to everyone who's tuning up into. Hello. Hey, y'all. So listen, we want to first talk about, okay, we're talking about building the top 5, but we want to talk about places you don't want to go to meet a man. Okay. First things first, now you can have random experiences, okay? Hey to everyone who's tuning in. Hey, y'all. You can have, you can go to random places. Now, if you're looking to meet a significant other, okay, you don't want to go to your local, like if you're not comfortable with the area that you live in, you don't want to go there to get gas. Don't ever go there to get gas. What you want to do is make sure that you travel somewhere, you have a specific gas station that's in a very nice neighborhood, that's in a very, bougie, nice, fancy neighborhoods. That's where you want to go to get your peace, okay? If you know you in your own neighborhood, child, you in the hood, you ain't gonna meet nobody but somebody who you went to school with or somebody who knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, okay? You want to make sure that you're traveling to areas that are very sufficient for where the type of man you want will possibly live, okay? Do not stop to shop in the hood. I don't care if you got to go to Target, Walmart, wherever you need to go, Kroger, Publix, wherever you need to go. Take the time, okay, to schedule your grocery store visit. Take the time to schedule your, toiletries visit, whatever it is, in areas that you don't normally, go to. You want to go to those nice exclusive areas if you want to meet someone, okay, who is going to be in the vibration of who it is that you want or the type of man it is that you want, okay? So we don't want to go locally, you guys, nowhere. Your local grocery store, you don't want to go to your local gas station. If you do just so happen to stop by there, listen. One thing I can say, there's a lot of people from the hood that travel to the wealthy neighborhoods, but there's not a lot of people from the wealthy neighborhoods that travel through the hood, okay? They will stay on the expressway until they get off on the right exit, all right? So you definitely want to make sure that, you are traveling to the right locations, to the right areas so that you can find the right person, okay? A movie night. Sometimes, ladies, take yourself out on a nice movie night. Now listen, why do I say that? Because a lot of these movie theaters, they have like dinners and things where you can, go in and have dinner. Tyler, you can go in and you can have dinner and you can sit down. Oh, here come my little bougie towel, y'all. You can sit down and you can, enjoy a nice cocktail while you're watching a good movie, a good screen movie. I know a lot of wealthy men, honestly, that go to the movie theater. But, like I said, you want to go to that little bougie one that has like a nice little bar that is included as well as dinner. So go to a nice little movie night by yourself and, it's like then you will find somebody who perhaps maybe they're single and looking for somebody to mingle with as well, okay? Other places that you want to go. Listen, y'all better get down in these little organizations, honey. These little nonprofit organizations, but you got to go to the bougie ones, okay? Now, I myself used to volunteer with the Miami Dolphins, okay? They have a special team. So, y'all, if you want to get it access, try Sarah done had access to everywhere, including the locker room, okay? Get involved, okay, with communities that are in those areas, that are in those exclusive and bougie areas, areas that you would not be able to access because they have big fat security guards and big fat gates that you cannot get in unless somebody lets you in, okay? When I volunteered for the Miami Dolphins, we went to, when I say these events were so exclusive, they were in the neighborhoods where a lot of the football players lived. So there was golf course. They had a golf course over there, and we would have to go into the golf course because that's where they held a lot of the events. So, you want to make sure that you are getting out there and things of that nature. If you feel like you can't access these things naturally because you don't have a pass or you don't know nobody, there are things or there are ways that you can get involved and actively get inside of, those hidden communities, those hidden gems, or those locked out communities that you would normally be able to gain access to. A lot of football players, basketball players, a lot of wealthy men, not only those, sports guys, but a lot of wealthy men, you guys love to feel like they're helping. So, see who's involved. Like if you are into something in specific, like if you're into, a cancer healing and things of that nature, if you're into fighting for the fight for lupus, if you're into the fight for, autism, whatever it may be, something that may be personal to you, you can find organizations that are sponsored, okay, by a lot of wealthy men. They love to help. They love to sprinkle their little coin, honey. Yes, they do. And I mean, when I say these events be exclusive, honey, y'all, they be exclusive. They be some events that you wouldn't naturally get into. And then they have like, what they like to, oh God, what do they call it, y'all? When you go in and you have to write down the amount you want to pay and the highest bidder with the, what they have to bid on stuff, auctions. God, I couldn't think of the name of it. They have private auctions and stuff like that. Listen, y'all get in the scene, okay? And this is how you can build your top 5 with top 5 wealthy, successful, okay? You can't build your top 5 with John them from the hood. I'm sorry. You need John, Paul, Tyrone, Lil Dodo, Lil Day. Listen, that's not top 5, okay? At all. Those are more like sliders. You know what I'm saying? Just a little slider. That's it. But we're talking about building your top 5. The reason a lot of people are having a hard time building their top 5 is because you're not looking in the right areas. You're not going to the right locations. You're not putting yourself in front of your top 5. Okay, so this is how you're going to build a healthy top 5. I don't want you, if it's somebody you already know, they're not qualified for your top 5. Okay, if you went to school with them, they're not qualified for your top 5. Okay, if they know people in your family, or they're not qualified for your top 5. We're talking complete and utter strangers, people who you are going to get to know. You want to step out of your comfort zone. Okay, you don't want to be looking in your local neighborhood or local clubs and stuff like that for your top 5. Those are just slider zones, okay? When I say slider, in and out, that's it, okay? That's all they qualify for, in and out. The reason you want to step outside of your comfort zone when you're looking for your top 5, you guys, is because you're going to see that you vibrate to so much more outside of your current surroundings. You're going to see like, oh my God, once you get one in that area and he start treating you and doing things for you that the local guys cannot do, you're going to be very content and very happy. Okay, you're going to be like, oh my God, like, okay, wow. You know, a lot of people say go to Home Depot or Lowe's. You know, the CEO is never at Home Depot or Lowe's. Only people there is his worker bees. Okay, now if you want a worker bee, a guy with a good job, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But what we want is, we don't want you to have to be forced to work, because that's going to take you out of your natural element as the nurturer. Okay, so if you're in a relationship with someone where you are forced to work, being in that one relationship with that person, you got to pay your bills, or he can't even pay half of your bills, you know, it's really a waste of your time. Okay, when you have a healthy top 5, you should not have to work. Okay, because your top 5 are going to be contributing towards your bills. Therefore, if you do work, anything that you work belongs to you. You can do with it as you will. Okay, and what do we want to do as women? We want to become very powerful. We want to become very successful. Okay, when you have the healthy time to use to start a business, to say, hey, you know what? I want my own boutique. You know what? Oh my God, I need to take some courses in business and administration, business administration. Like, you want to be able to utilize your time to do things that are beneficial to you. Okay. So we want to build that healthy top 5. We want to make sure that we have the top 5 people that are going to be in our life, that are going to help us. Okay. And when you have that healthy top 5, you're not putting that much pressure on one person. You don't have one person that's just like, oh my God, I can't afford your bills and mine. Or, you're not putting that much pressure on, the top 5, because they're splitting everything. And, you got 5 bills. If you give them 2 bills apiece, if you give number one is always the person who contributes the most. Okay. He contributes the most, and he fits more of your list than anybody. Okay, so it's like he contributes the most. He's the one who's going to make sure that your rent is paid every month. Or your mortgage. Okay, he's the one who's going to pay your car payment, or he's going to give you a down payment on a car, or he's the one who contributes the most towards your success. Okay. And then number two is cool. Okay. Number 2 is the one who's going to pay like your car insurance. If you need your tires, new tires on your car, number 2 is going to pay for things like that. Let's say you have any additional like expenses outside of the norm. Number 2 should be able to cover that. Let's say you want to start a LLC, he's going to pay those, the amount to start your LLC. Let's say you want to take a little side course to learn some things, or to, get some type of certificate, become certified in something. Number 2 is going to pay for that. Okay. Number three is more like grocery. Number 3 is more like hairstyle, hairdos. You want a little $300-$400 wig. That's number 3. You want your nails done. You want your toes done. You want a facial. You want a massage. You need the car filled up for the week. That's things that number 3 is going to do. Okay. Number four is like, paying for grocery. When you want to go out to eat, anytime you need to find the bougiest restaurants, you need to be able to taste every restaurant. Number 4 is the food guy. Anything you want to try. Let's say a new purse come out and it's $60, and they got it on Amazon or whatever. That's number 4. Okay, that's number 4. Number 4 is all of those things that you don't really need, but you want. Okay, that way you get everything, y'all. If y'all do this right, you get everything you want and or need. Number 5 is pocket change, guy. He's going to keep pocket money in your pocket all the time. Every week, number 5 is coming to you saying, here come $150, here come $200. Now, it depends on you and your budget, okay? Some of y'all, number 5 gonna be like, here come $1,500 to $2,000. Some of y'all, I don't think none of y'all getting 10 to 20. I ain't even gonna front like that, okay? Let's keep it real. All right. So it depends, you guys. But number 5 is that he gonna keep that money in your pocket. So you always have money just in case. Okay, you always got an extra $200 in your pocket for something. Okay, that, number 4 all the way to number 1, they done took care of majority of the bills. So when you get your paycheck, that's why I say you can educate yourself. You want to use your paycheck to get some type of schooling, some type of certification, to start some type of business, to invest in, like, going to the gym, to work out for yourself, to pay for some therapy or some counseling if you feel like you need that. Getting your skin taken care of, that way your skin is good. Going to the dentist, okay? Getting your teeth done, making sure your teeth is, cleaned and neat and all of that stuff. Feet is taken care of. Your skin is taken care of. Your car is clean every week. You don't have to pay for $50 to $100 car wash because you got one of your numbers that's covering that. When you guys do this the right way, okay? And you got to stop, this is a way, because what I notice is when it comes to just one person, this is kind of hard, and women, we tend to feel sorry. Remember, I grew up in a time where it was all about Jody and Yvette, okay? You was the woman, you made all the money, he drove your car, he paid no bills, you had to make sure everything was taken care of. Every time you got your income tax check, he wanted to flip it, or maybe one of your paychecks, he wanted to flip it. Anytime you got an extra couple of dollars, he had a business idea that ain't never come about, okay? These are the things that I grew up in. So this is why I'm telling you guys to learn from my mistakes, okay? To learn from, and I didn't make that many mistakes, y'all. Even though I grew up in that Jody and Yvette era, honey, ooch. Siren had her top 5, honey. I had them, okay? So now that we have our, who qualifies for the top 5, you cannot have 5 people that ain't got it as your top 5. Okay. Remember, this is how you're going to pay your bills. This is how your life is going to get to a point where by the time you get ready to get engaged, you're going to be such a good catch because you're going to use all of that energy, all of that money, all of those resources to build yourself. Okay. So if you do this right, all of your top 5 and any others is gonna be like, let's get married, okay? Let's get married. Because if you waste this time, see, a lot of people get this time, and a lot of people want to get their hair done, and y'all want to just turn up, and I'm finna go on a vacay, and I'm finna no, we ain't got time for the gram. Okay, we're not doing this for today. We're doing this to build for our future. So when our arse is 50, 60 years old, we could be a cougar if we want. You know what I'm saying? We could be a sugar mama if we want. Why? Because we got it. Why? Because when we were younger, we invested our years wisely. Okay? So that way, as you get older, you have investments that are taking care of your bills. You have real estate at this point that is taking care of your bills. You have assets. Okay? So anybody who's in your life is either your bae, your husband, okay? Or if you're still single at that point and you continue to learn how to utilize your top 5, because as you get older, those top 5 are going to get more mature, okay, and more wealthy. Because you're going to be like, well, I don't got time for no love. I don't got time for, anything outside. I don't got time for it, okay? So you definitely want to make sure that you are handling and maintaining your top 5. Make sure you choose your top 5 wisely. No time for little boys, no time for games, no time for men who ain't got it. No disrespect to the men who ain't got it, but when you get it, come holler at your girl, okay? Come holler at your girl. I already broke it down to where all y'all don't have to pay all my bills. You only paying this, you paying that, you paying this, you paying that. We already broke it down. Some women say, Siren, I really feel like, I'm a very loyal person. First of all, there's no way you're going to be more loyal to him than you are to yourself. You got to be loyal to yourself to give yourself an opportunity to choose the right person. If you too busy being loyal to one person that ain't got it and can't help you and ain't doing all of this stuff, okay? If you have one man who, let's say, I got one man who he handles all my bills. I don't have to do anything. Okay, I don't have to, pay anything. He handles all my bills. Okay, then you need 4 more that's going to contribute towards your savings. Okay, so when he want to act stupid and be like, oh, I take care of you, you could get out, this my house and all of this, guess what? Your other 4 are going to be contributing towards your savings, so you always ready for whatever. The minute number 1 start acting stupid, you like, oh, whatever. See, that's the problem. We get too locked into these relationships. Okay, and then we get too involved emotionally, and then this is why men get to, what we consider play on us. Okay, this is why they get to pull over on us, because I feel like I wasted my time. You did. You don't just feel that way. You know you did. You know you wasted your time. You know you gave him, I gave him all this and I did this and I don't understand. Single women, please stop assuming the position. Okay. Stop assuming the position. What do I mean by that? Stop playing the role of a wife without the ring. Your wife gonna be loyal to you. Your wife is gonna cook for you. Your wife is gonna heal you. Okay, your wife is going to make sure that everything you need up in that house is good and all of that. Your wife is going to, make sure that you're satisfied in every way possible, shape, or form. But as your girlfriend, okay, I am here to entertain you, right? You're entertainment for me. I am entertainment for you until we decide we want to take this to the next level. We want to be serious with each other. And then we can move forward with some form of a committal or some form of agreement. Stop assuming the fucking position. Single ladies, stop letting these men get up in your head, get up in your heart, and walk away with like it was nothing. Okay? So when you are in a healthy top 5, you'll notice you don't have time to care about what he doing and who he doing it with. You like, okay, number 3, I guess number 3, when you call him number 3. Okay, I guess number 3 is out handling his business. Okay, I guess he out with some little boo thing or something. You don't be bothered. You don't be worried about what the hell number 3 doing. See, when it's just you and him, you be, oh, I know he ain't you. I'm gonna go pull up on him. And now you want to go to his house. Now you want to go to his mama house. Now you want to go to all his homeboys' house. Now you want to make a scene because you all in your feelings. Why? Because you know you settling. You know you wasting your time. Okay? So we got to make sure when you have a top healthy number 5, you be like, okay, I guess number 3 busy. Let me call number 4. Hey, number 4. And you keep it moving. You're not emotionally, you don't have time to emotionally invest in anyone outside of yourself. Now, when you're building your top 5, you guys, I always tell you honesty is the key. See, a lot of y'all confused having a top 5 with being a player. Okay? Right? It doesn't involve lies and deception. When you have your top 5, you are going to let them know this is how you keep a man interested. This is how you keep a real man interested. I'm sorry. A guy who's immature, a guy who's insecure, he's going to be like, oh, you ain't nothing but all. Because he's insecure. He know he's weak. He know his money ain't right. Okay? But a real man going to be like, oh, what you mean? It's 4 other guys that you entertaining? Oh, well, what I got to do to get them out the way? Okay? What I got to do to get them out the way? Oh, they there because, the money, I'm going to just take care of everything. Or he's going to better himself. He's going to work his way up. He's probably going to start out as number 4 or number 5, where he's just giving you them little $200 for your pocket every week. He's probably going to start out, but when he see, damn, I really got feelings for her. I see potential in us. She's strong. I see her over there bidding herself. She going to school. She, starting a little business. I see her investing in herself and things of that nature. Dang, this somebody I could see myself building a future with. So what he's going to do, he's going to build himself up to where he ain't got to share you with nobody. And he started out making probably $50,000 a year, but now he done went and got him a little higher education. Now he done went and got in contact with one of the executives. Now he's the supervisor, okay? And then now he done worked himself up to CFO, and now he's in a six-figure club, okay? Now he over there making $190,000 a year. All because he saw potential in you. So now he's like, okay, I feel like I'm making enough money to, go ahead and marry her. I want to make her my number one. This is who I want to be my wife. See, the man is not going to marry you until he's confident. The thing about marriage is that men don't feel confident. They don't feel like they have the ability to take care of you. They don't feel like they have enough to take care or provide for you the way that a masculine or a man should. This is why a lot of men fear marriage, because marriage is literally a responsibility. And a man who is ready for marriage is somebody who's ready to assume, the position. He's ready to take on that role. And when a man brings himself to ask you to marry him, that means he has seen the potential within you. He knows that there's a lot more. He knows that you can only add to what it is that he already had. A lot of men, they don't see potential in a lot of women. They don't see the potential because you want to know why? Women sitting around here saying, take care of me just because. You got to make sure that you let him know why he should invest in you. He got to get something out of you. Like when you go buy some new shoes, you buy the ones you like. You don't just go in the store and just purchase any pair of shoes. You know what you like. You got a lot to choose from. And what you do, you try on different shoes. You see which one look good on you. And that's the one that fits me really good. And that's what I'm going to spend my money on. And that's what I'm going to take home with me. And it's going to become mine. Okay? So let's talk about older versus younger. Okay? Older versus younger. Listen, y'all. One thing Siren love is an old man. Child, love me an older good. Ooch. I've never really been into younger dudes, but shout out to the younger dudes. Nothing against y'all. Okay, just not my cup of tea. But anywho, I love an old, especially that little salt and pepper. Ooh. Nothing like good old salt and pepper, honey. And, a nice older mature man was always my thing. Okay. But not all older mature men are worth your time, because some of them are just as broke and busted, okay, as can be, right? So when you're looking at, potential for your top 5, okay, you want the older ones. What do they have to offer? The older ones, they're usually a little more settled down, hopefully. The thing about older men is that they've probably already reached their peak. They probably already at their top pay and damn near about to retire. They probably got about 10 more years, okay, before they could retire. So they've more than likely already reached their peak. It's not likely that they are going to, get any further than where they already are. That's the only thing about being, involved with the older men. If you meet an older man and he's like, still hoping and praying and keeping his fingers crossed that, he's going to get a better job, child. If he's at 40 and he already looking for a better job, that's a red flag, okay? If he's 40 and he's not settled into a company already, or in his 40s and settled into a company already, a decent job, a decent career, you got some worry that you may have to do. You know what I'm saying? He may get a good position at 55, you know what I'm saying? But who's going to hire a 55-year-old? It's a little challenging when you're looking at mature men. The only way I today would date a more mature man is if he's already stable. Okay, so when you're engaging in the older men, you got to make sure that he's already stable. His company has been successful for over 10 years. Okay, he's not just starting a company and it's his first time making a couple of dollars. You want someone who's very much so established. That way, they're able to help you, to, contribute towards you, to cater to you, to spoil you, whatever it is that they're going to do. They can be available for you as well, because they have some sort of leeway when it comes to their job, career, or employment, okay, or their business. So we definitely want a mature man that is very much so settled. How long you been on your job? What type of benefits do they have? When you're asking these questions, when you go out on these dates, y'all got to see closed mouth don't get fed, okay? Y'all got to make sure y'all y'all asking the right questions. Y'all sitting up here, well, you still talk to your baby mama. Who cares? Who cares? It doesn't matter. You're the girlfriend. Okay? It doesn't matter. Your role in this situation is to get him so crazy over you that he don't want to talk to her no more. Okay? That he don't want to mess with nobody else. He want you. Our thing is we're afraid of the competition, so we always want to eliminate the competition with, our own insecurities. No, you eliminate the competition by being a bad woman that you are, okay? By being in your bag, by being in your feminine bag, by being in your power, standing in your power, setting healthy boundaries, because see, she gonna take whatever. So you gonna already let him know, listen, if this ain't done by this time, then, don't worry about doing it, okay? As a matter of fact, you're going to be very cutthroat when you have your top 5, okay? Now, when it comes to these mature men, they will try to play on top of you. They will try to mess with your head and try to play little games sometimes if they're not emotionally mature. Sometimes they could be financially mature, which means they have a great job. And when you got men like that, their ego be up there. Okay, they feel like they just the catch of the day. Yes, they do. They do tend to have an inflated ego because they really feel like they are the catch of the day. And the more stature a man is, meaning, if he's into very high environments, okay, yeah, they but I'm gonna tell you one thing, okay, because I have been in those environments with men who are in politics, okay, high-powered attorneys. They do tend to be bougie. They do tend to be a little egotistical. They do tend to, feel like, they'll look down at you like, who this little thing around here, child? She need to go on somewhere and get her toes done again. That's how they talk. I ain't lying. They would look at it. That's chipped. They feel like they can be very picky because they're very vain. They want a woman that's going to look good, that makes them look good. Okay. That's their situation. So they want more of like that vain type of look, but you got to let them know, baby. Okay. I am the one, right? So when you step in these rooms of these high-powered men, first thing you can't do is be intimidated. You have to step in there like you the winning lottery ticket. Okay. You want me. Okay, you want to buy me. You want to, invest in me. I am the winning ticket. You got to let them know that right away. I know, some women, like when they work and like, the CEO, when he come around, everybody feel like, you know what I'm saying? One thing about a mature, wealthy, high-powered man, listen, they love, okay, for you to talk to them. They love for you to treat them because they so used to everybody kissing their behind. They really, truly, they are so used to everybody. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So when you get with them, hey, listen, Mike, you told me yesterday that you were going to go ahead and wire that to me. I haven't gotten the deposit yet. Are you going to stay on top of your word? Are you a man of your word? Or are you going to be, lacking? I mean, I really don't have time for this. I'm on top of everything that I'm doing, and I cannot have you contributing towards any lack in my life. I'm surrounding myself with the right people, high-powered people. I thought you fit that, but if you don't, let me know today, because that means I don't have time to invest in anything else. And this is a man who's not used to people talking to him like that. Like, what? They secretly and low-key love it, okay? They love it. But I'm not saying be disrespectful, but I'm saying be very direct, okay? Be very stern with what it is that you want, okay? Hey, Mike, how are you? It's Sasha. Yes, I had a great time the other night. And I can't wait to see you neither. Oh my goodness gracious. I tell you what, I'm going to be available this Friday, even though it's Tuesday, right? You can't let them know you're available every day. I'm going to be available this Friday. And this Friday, I'm actually going to be having a meeting with one of my best friends' investors. And in this meeting, they're going to require at least $2,500. So, I know you are someone who's in my life for a very special reason to really, help me out and uplift me. And I appreciate everything that you do. So can you make sure this Friday you have the $2,500? I know that's nothing for you, but it's so much for me right now because I really want this opportunity. This is an investor that a lot of people don't get a chance to be around. Now, he's either going to want to be there, which if you telling the truth, that's why I say no lies. If you go on this with lies, y'all, don't expect too much, okay? But I tell you what, I would love it if you can come. If you can come and meet him, listen. Because see, now you finna put him in a room with somebody that got more money than him. Woo, child, you finna let him know, bitch, I be in a room with people bigger than you, okay? You don't think that you are just the top for me. You know what I'm saying? There's no top, okay? My ceiling is missing over here. There's no cap for me, right? And you let him come in and, this is why you're going to let him, because see, what the other guy's going to do is be like, oh, well, it's only $2,500, oh, I know Big Mike got it. He's going to know how to talk to him, and he's going to, oh yeah, not a problem. That's all you need, 2,500, and boom. Okay, you're going to take him to all of those exclusive things that you know damn well that you probably could not afford on your own. So that's why I say if you pick the right top 5, y'all life should really be like skyrocketing. It should be taken off. Okay, so this is when you are dating a more mature, okay, man, meaning it's not just about his age, but it's about his status. Okay. It is about his status financially, emotionally, okay, physically, because, when you date a more mature man, you don't want somebody who have all of those, health issues. You want somebody who been taking care of themselves. You ain't trying to get in there and next thing you know, he got all these health issues and now that's going to weigh on you because now he got medical bills or all of this stuff. Like, you want somebody who's healthy, someone who, dang, you look good for your age, or wow, you're in a very good, energy for your age. Like, he give you a little run for your money. All right. So you definitely want to make sure that you are going after a mature, okay, older guy. Now, when it comes to the younger guys, you also want to pay attention to his financial wealth, his status. Is he the janitor? Is he a warehouse worker? Is he in a position of management or authority? Okay, you want to make sure that he is in a very healthy position. He's in the midst of a career. You can see him growing. Okay, you've been on your job, 6 years? Okay, and you're not the supervisor yet? What's that? What's going on? That 6 years are just 6 years in. You want to make sure that you look, okay, let me see, how long have you been in that position? And these are questions that you want to ask on your first date, because remember, these are potential candidates for your husband, the man who's going to make sure that the rest of your life is stable and secure. Okay, so you want to, how long have you been on your job? Oh, okay. And is that the position you started in, or have you? Okay, so you want to make sure I started out here and now I'm here, because you want to see somebody who's eligible for growth, somebody who's putting forth that energy and that effort towards growth. If they've been in that same position for 5, 6, 7 years, y'all, that's kind of like a telltale sign that they don't have the energy or the stamina, okay, to create the lifestyle that you're going to need when you get older, you guys. I'm telling you, you want to invest in your future. This is how you're going to be investing in your future as a woman, by putting yourself in healthy relationships. Somebody who's going to be able to sustain your life insurance, your health insurance, your house, okay, your vehicle, and all of that stuff. The way a man is at his job, that's going to let you know how it is he's going to be at home. If he's somebody who got a job, he's just a security guard, he just sit back and watch the damn computer all day. He's not doing anything. He's not trying to level himself up, become a police officer, a sergeant, or, any secret service or something. Like, he's just staying in that type of position. No, absolutely, positively not, especially when they're young. Okay, when they're young, this is when they really should have their hustle on. This is really when they should be like, yeah, well, I'm really putting in for this next position. It's coming up next month. Oh, so tell me more about the position. If he's a real hustler, he's going to tell you. Okay, he's going to be like, yeah, well, the position is this and that, and I'm going to be in charge of these people, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and the money is this, and I'm going to start getting a salary. I'm not going to be hourly anymore. I'm going to be salary, and I'm going to be able to get a bonus based on this, and then like, whoa, okay? You see, okay, this is a go-getter right here. This is somebody who's going for it. Okay, this is somebody who's trying to lock in. This is not somebody who's hopping from job to job to job to job. This is not somebody who you don't know if they check gonna be there 2 weeks from now. The income is not sturdy. It's not stable. It's not secure. He don't know much about his job. He has never met the CEO. He has never met any executives within the company. It's like he just go there, get a check, work his hours, get a check, and leave. That's not sufficient enough. That's not a top 5 quality right there, okay? Top 5 has a mission. He's on a mission. He got that hustle mentality in him, and he's working his way up. Okay, he's never content with where he is because he always know that there's something else, there's something bigger, there's something better. And that's just the honest to God energy of a man. Okay, a man, they could be making $1 billion. They like, I want to make $1 trillion. Okay, that's honestly a healthy man. They're always on that go get it. Whenever a man becomes content and he becomes relaxed and reserved and where he is, I would question it. Something ain't right. Something is off. That energy is like, you got to look into that energy. You got to look into that vibe. Okay, so when it comes to older men versus younger men, what you're going to do is look for that stability, that security, that safety. Younger men, you're going to look for that hustle in them. Do they have the potential to grow? Okay. Older men, more than likely, they've already reached their max as far as a position. If you dating an older man and he like, oh, I'm going on a job interview, get out of there quick. Okay, get out of there quick. You want him to already be at the peak, okay, of where it is he's trying to go. And right now he's like, I'm getting ready for retirement. We're not looking at somebody who's getting ready to, start a new job or, I'm hoping I could get they give me a raise. We don't want a raise. We want a promotion. Okay, we're not here for team raise, okay? A raise could be 13 cents. We want a promotion. We want to level up. Okay, that's the type of people that we want to invite into our circle. People that are ready for the next level. Okay, so when you have that mature man, you want to make sure all of his benefits are in place. Okay, he got some good benefits that he can add you to. All right, once you become his significant other, he can add you to him. Also, he has a great retirement plan because, like I said, you're going to be looking at somebody who you're going to be spending the rest of your life with, or you're going to be spending a nice chunk of your life with if you guys move towards marriage. Okay, so you want to make sure that, hey, let me see what your retirement plan is like. If he's not at a company that has a good retirement plan, or if he don't have a retirement plan outside of that company, because granted, you got what you're going to do with your job, but you should have your own outside retirement things lined up as well. Okay. He should have some Roth IRAs. He should be, investing. He should have some stocks and things of that nature that he's been putting in. Young guys, when you have a young guy, you may have to educate him on this type of stuff because, like I say, sometimes men get in, they want their check and they go home. Okay, so if he have potential and you want to put forth that energy into him to be like, hey, you want to start investing and hey, maybe we should look into this or maybe we should look into that. Okay, really helping to build him up. That's why I say we're going to talk next about how you can make him the perfect guy. I know K. Michelle said you can't raise a man, but I beg to differ. You can raise a man to be the best man that he can be for you. Okay, you can't raise him to do right by life, but you can raise him to do right by you. That's one thing I've learned. Okay. So let's move on into that. How to make him the perfect guy. Listen. First things first is you should be involved with people who you can have great conversations. When you have your top 5, okay, number 1 is going to give you, first of all, number 1 may be the most, mature, okay, the most secure one and things of that nature. The conversations you have with him, he's going to teach you some things, okay, especially about life. Maybe he's the one who does invest. Maybe he's the older guy. Maybe your number 1 is the older one who got the money. He got savings. He got, retirement plans. He have a lot of things lined up for himself. He could go buy a car cash. He don't have to, get a car payment and things of that nature. He own his house, he can leave you that if he want to. He has a lot going for himself. Those conversations that you have with him, maybe you go and tell number 4, hey, you might want to start investing in this, or, maybe you want to look into this. Have you ever decided to do that? Or, because maybe number 1 is just, he's too old. Maybe you like, what, it's not clicking. I'm just not ready for somebody in that age bracket. I would prefer someone who's in a younger age bracket. And number 4 may be the man for you. That may be the go-to guy. You know what I'm saying? And you like, hey, let me put some energy into number 4 and let me teach him about this, or let me, invite him into this and, show him this and show him that. And he's like, yeah, oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. When you see a man like that, he's eager to grow. He's eager to level up. Yo, we're going to have to move number 4 up to number 2. Okay. So now number 4, who now he took your advice. Okay. Maybe he went and introduced himself to the higher executives in the company, right? And now they're looking at him for a higher position when that new position come up. Yeah, or how about old Mike down in the warehouse? You know, he's good guy, good guy. You know, they love it. Good guy, good guy. And next thing you know, hey Mike, did you put in the application for that warehouse for the supervisor position? Oh no, I didn't think. No, put one in. I'm gonna let Susan know you're gonna be submitting, and she's gonna pull your application and bring you right on in. Now, if he would have never introduced himself to the higher ups, if he would have never taken the time to get to know, people within the company as opposed to just going to work, clocking in and going home, now he has an opportunity. Hey, girl, what's up? Hey, guess what, man? The dude came and hollered at me today. Yeah, I put in the application, and you like, hold up. Okay, let me see what you put in. Let me see what you put on that. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. And you can give him even more pointers, And he's like, all right, cool. So he do the interview, and guess what? He's in. Now number 4, who started out making $50,000 a year, now number 4 is making $90,000 a year as a supervisor now. Okay, now we could bump his ass up. Okay, now we can bump him on up to number 2, right? So, because he's making more money, he can pay higher bills. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to want to thank you. He's going to be like, damn, it's because of you. He's going to see, damn, this is a woman that's helping me grow. This is the type of woman I need on my side. This is the type of chick I need in my team, Sorry, y'all. He's going to be looking at you. My phone is ringing. Hold on. That's my number 1. Hold on, you guys. Please excuse moi. Oh my God, why is he not? There we go. I guess that's it. All right. There we go. I guess that's it. All right. So, y'all, please excuse him. But when number 1 call, I answer. He's number 1 through 5. Okay. So, yes, now that we done bumped number 4 up to number 2, and, when you continue to get in their ear and when you continue to educate them on things that they can do to better themselves, how to dress, look, baby. Okay, you supervisor now. Now you management. Like, you gotta start rocking these suits and or you gotta dress up, and look more presentable. Like, you can't be going there in the little, jeans and the little sneakers and stuff like that. We want to amp it up. So when you go to work, let's go. I'm gonna go with you this weekend, and you can pick out. I'm gonna show you some nice little slacks and some nice little button downs. That way, when you go to work in your new role, you got the look. You know what I'm saying? Because typically for him, he ain't used to being in that type of executive position. So he would still, look how he look. He would still look how he look. Okay. So you're literally investing in him. This is why I say you can raise a man to be the perfect guy for you. So you give him those go-getters. You let him know how proud you are of him. Like, oh my God, like, I'm so excited, baby. You just like, you own it. You boss now. Like, this is sexy, honey. I'm loving this. Oh my God. You boss bae now. You know what I'm saying? And you just continue to let him know how sexy that is and how proud you are of him. And he's going to want to continue to level up. Sometimes men just need that woman behind them to motivate them, to encourage them, and just to educate them on what it is that they need to know, what it is that they need to do. Because remember, we're the nurturers. We're the one who know how to pour energy into things to make it grow. And sometimes you can pour that energy into that man, okay, to make him grow as well, okay? Y'all, please excuse me. These lights are hot and it's making my makeup sweat. So we can pour that energy into that man to make him grow as well, you guys. So definitely focus on how it is that you can, help them to grow. You can guide them on what it is. Listen, looking at your body type, and you would look really good, like in a suit. Like, have you ever thought of, do you have a suit? And if he don't, then you take him to a nice place, expensive place, okay? And you like, listen, you really need to invest in yourself. You need at least one decent suit, okay? Like, you never know when, like, you're not prepared for success, Imagine if you get an opportunity where you're going to need a suit. Like, you're not even ready for that. So let's go ahead and get that suit so you can know, the universe can know that you're ready for that opportunity, and you get that suit and you put it in his closet, and then next, he get that call, And he's like, girl, like, how you be knowing? Like, I don't know. It's like you just, the stuff you be telling me, like, really, this is how men, Okay, even though they work hard, they either going to work hard out of insecurity or they're going to work hard out of love. That's it. Insecurity or love, that's it, point blank. Okay, so that's pretty much what we're going to talk about today, you guys. What I wanted to let you guys know that I'm going to also be doing a Patreon. Well, I'm also doing a Patreon, you guys, it's called Love is Love. Okay, so we're going to be having a little more in-depth of these type of topics over there. I'm going to give you guys a little more things that you can do, okay? A little more advice on what you can do to level yourself up so that you can go out and you can, network, okay? And get what it is that you are looking for while you're out there networking. So if you are interested, you can go to patreon.com. You guys, I'm going to put the link in the description box and you can sign up for Patreon. I think it's $2.99 a month, honey, but it's worth it for the advice that you guys are going to be getting. So for those of you who are going to sign up for the Patreon, the link will be in the description bar. Perhaps after this live, I'm going to put it up in there so that you guys can find it easily. And you guys, please make sure that you also follow me over on Instagram, which I'm going to have the link to that over there as well. The other thing I want to let you guys know is the oil, okay? This is a very old, ancient, secret recipe, okay? This is a beautiful body oil. It's called Love is Love. You can go to spiritualcandies.com and you can purchase this oil. It has rose and rose quartz in it. And I guarantee that this is going to be the perfect oil for date night. Okay, when you use this oil, you just take it and you just dab it behind your ears on your pulse points. Okay, you don't have to put it all over your body. Put it on your pulse points, especially when you're going out, okay, to look for your top 5. This is going to be your personal assistant right here. It will help to distract, okay, those who don't need to be in your top 5, and it will help you to be more open, okay, towards those who do. Sometimes I get women who say, well, I get nervous when I get around a man of power. They give off an energy that is just like, you like, oh my God, this is definitely going to put you in a position energetically of power that you will not be able to deny, okay? So you can go to spiritualcandies.com and you can get this oil. It's called Love is Love, okay? This oil, this bottle here is $9.99, you guys, okay? But it is definitely a great investment, okay, for those of you who are single and those of you who are married. Those of you who are married, you can dab some of this on, especially when you want that special attention, not just from your significant other, but for yourself as well. When you want to invest in yourself, self-love, working on yourself, your body, and things of that nature, this Love is going to be the answer for you. Okay, so for those of you who are interested, you can go on over to spiritualcandies.com. That link will also be in the description bar. Okay, the smell, the thing about this oil is that it is infused, okay, with natural essential oils, and the combination of these particular oils, okay, it's the combination of these particular oils that will give off, or that will enhance your pheromone, okay, and will naturally put you in that frequency of attracting what is right for you, okay? A lot of us, we don't have the eye for the right guy. This will definitely make you, it will definitely open not just your eye, but it will open your heart, okay? So again, it's called Love is Love. Go to spiritualcandies.com if you're interested in getting it. It's called Love is Love, okay? So shout out to each and every one of you. I cannot wait to hear your testimonies. For those of you who get you a nice, good, clean, sexy bottle of this, honey, I cannot wait to hear your testimonies, because I know that I'm going to be filled up with a whole bunch of testimonies. Siren! Siren! Girl, you make a bigger bottle. Is that Love is Love, honey? I already know, okay? So shout out to each and every one of you, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the Siren Speaks Show with your girl, Siren. And I will be seeing you guys soon. Bye, y'all.